8547. What likely effect would a cracked distributor rotor have on a magneto? A. Ground the secondary circuit through the crack. B. Fire two cylinders simultaneously. C. Ground the primary circuit through the crack. The correct answer is A. If a distributor rotor is cracked in a magneto, the likely effect would be to ground the secondary circuit through the crack. The distributor rotor is responsible for directing the high voltage from the magneto to the appropriate spark plug. If the rotor is cracked, it can allow the high voltage to escape through the crack and create a path to ground, effectively grounding the secondary circuit. 8548. How does the ignition system of a gas turbine engine differ from that of a reciprocating engine? A. One igniter plug is used in each combustion chamber. B. Magneto-to-engine timing is not critical. C. A high-energy spark is required for ignition. The correct answer is C. The ignition system of a gas turbine engine differs from that of a reciprocating engine in that a high-energy spark is required for ignition. In a gas turbine engine, the ignition system typically uses an igniter plug in each combustion chamber. These igniter plugs generate a high-energy spark to ignite the fuel-air mixture in the combustion chamber of the gas turbine engine. 8549. In a turbine engine DC capacitor-discharge ignition system, where are the high-voltage pulses formed? A. At the breaker. B. At the triggering transformer. C. At the rectifier. The correct answer is B. In a turbine engine DC capacitor-discharge ignition system, the high-voltage pulses are formed at the triggering transformer. The DC capacitor-discharge ignition system in a turbine engine uses a capacitor to store electrical energy. When the ignition is triggered, the capacitor discharges rapidly through the triggering transformer, which steps up the voltage and forms the high-voltage pulses required for spark generation. 8550. Which of the following breaker point characteristics is associated with a faulty capacitor? A. Crowned. B. Fine-grained. C. Coarse-grained. The correct answer is C. If a faulty capacitor is associated with the breaker points in an ignition system, the characteristic observed is coarse graining. The breaker points in an ignition system control the timing and duration of the electrical current flow. A faulty capacitor can cause arcing and wear on the breaker points, leading to a coarse-grained appearance on the contact surface. 8551. How are most radial engine spark plug wires connected to the distributor block? A. By use of cable-piercing screws. B. By use of self-locking cable ferrules. C. By use of terminal sleeves and retaining notes. The correct answer is A. Most radial engine spark plug wires are connected to the distributor block by using cable-piercing screws. In a radial engine, the spark plug wires are connected to the distributor block, which distributes the high voltage from the magneto to the appropriate spark plugs. The connection is typically made by using cable-piercing screws, which penetrate the insulation of the spark plug wires and establish an electrical connection.